Hello, you're listening to Reviewing History, your comedy history podcast. I'm filmmaker and teacher Brian Rupert, joined here by...
As always, Steve McDonald.
And?
Angie, sup?
You got to slide a little bit towards me. Slide a little towards me. There
It's
you
electric.
go. Get close. We're reviewing a buddy comedy. Let's be buddy.
This isn't a buddy comedy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
100%. This is a buddy movie.
Yeah, but it's not a comedy.
It's got some fun.
There's very little fun in this
It's
movie.
got a little bit of fun.
This is a dour film.
It's got a little bit of fun.
So we're doing The Eagle.
The Eagle.
A movie which no one saw
Except
in
me and you.
Me and Ant.
Yeah.
We saw this in theater.
I couldn't wait to go see this.
I know.
You two are fools.
Roman shit. We haven't been to Rome in a while.
Has it been that long?
It's been a little bit.
I actually think it might have been Gladiator was the last time we were in Rome.
No.
That's the first
No
episode.
way.
There's
Yeah.
no way.
I don't think we've been back to Rome.
Are you serious? That doesn't sound
Dude,
right.
We've been to
count
Greece a couple times. We never went to Rome.
Do we count the Last Testament?
No. There were no Romans in that. So
Oh, shit.
This is,
Yeah.
wow. I can't
Oh,
believe we
no.
waited this long to get to
I
Rome.
know.
Well, wow, we're failures.
All roads are supposed to lead
I
there.
know.
Yeah,
And we
yeah.
fucked
I
it up.
know. The Empire misses us.
Damn.
So this movie is not based on a true story, correct?
Yes and no. It's the story. The main story of the film is not.
It's based on a
True.
book, right?
It takes elements from a couple of real events.
Okay.
The crux of the story is real, right?
The backstory is
Yeah.
more. Everything surrounding this is mysterious, ancient, and legendary.
Okay.
But there is some strains of truth in there that we can dissect a little bit. Let's talk about the movie a little bit. What is it, 2011?
2011.
2011.
Channing Tatum.
Nobody saw this movie except me and you.
Yes.
Yep.
Channing Tatum, when I don't think anybody knew who he was yet.
No, he had already. So his career is interesting because he started out as just like male eye candy,
Mm-hmm.
and like he was in like those Step Up movies and shit like that.
Okay, he was Magic Mike.
That was later.
Uh-huh.
So his acting, he got abused for because he was just like male eye candy.
Right,
And
he's not bad in this.
Well, he went away for a while
Mhm.
and like he really like
Took
worked
acting
hard
classes.
and took acting classes.
Mhm.
And he actually became a pretty decent actor.
Yeah.
And I think he has general charisma. I feel like everybody likes Channing
He
Tatum.
should be like more of a leading man than he is. I think he's a good guy. He seems like a good guy. And he was in those movies with the fat kid,
Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill. That people
21
love.
Jump Street.
Yeah. And then his co-star is the dude who played Abraham Woodhull on Turn.
Also, former veteran of our show. He was on the Sixth, not the Sixth.
The movie about Iran and the embassy.
Yeah.
24 hours. What the fuck was that called?
Why can't I remember?
Forgettable movie.
Do you remember the name of the movie with the hostages?
Yeah, with the in the embassy in London.
With the P-Man?
Yeah.
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 What was
He was the main character in that.
We've done so many episodes, I can't remember.
forget.
Something with
It was
hours.
It was
right?
definitely some hours involved. 6 to 24 hours. If we could say.
72 hours.
128 hours.
Stop doing multiplication. But yeah, the Eagle. We're in Roman Britain.
6 days.
6 days.
Oh, it's not even hours. Oh, no.
Roman Britain.
Yes.
A place shrouded in mysteriousness and the fogs of the
And
past.
weird fate.
And magic.
Weird pagans.
Did they call it Britain at this time?
Yes,
in
Britannia.
120
Yes.
AD? Britannia. So
Yes.
they would say Brit. Okay.
Mhm.
William the Conqueror has not come around yet, right?
Oh God, no. He's about 900 years after
Okay.
this. So here's a little backstory about the Empire.
Yeah, give me a little backstory.
Towards the
hurts.
end of the 1st century AD, the Rome will come under its largest extent that it ever, like
It's as big as it's gonna get.
the biggest
zenith.
territory it ever had was under the
Zenith.
reign of Emperor Trajan.
Trajan.
He'll conquer like the Persian capital and go as far as Babylon. And
Okay,
Danube
so
and
he
all this
goes
shit, right?
east and he goes west.
He goes all over the place, right? He dies on campaign, and his adoptive son, Hadrian, becomes the next emperor.
Okay.
Hadrian immediately recognizes that Rome is too big. Its
Untenable.
frontiers are in dangerous positions. They can't be defended properly. So he essentially changes the way the Roman army functions, whereas it was a conquering force for the last, 3 centuries. Now he wants to reorient it so that it maintains what they have. And he will abandon a lot of the territory in the east, just flat out leaves.
It's not worth it.
Yeah. And creates really formidable frontiers like on the Danube River and the Rhine. And in Britain, he builds a giant wall. It's called Hadrian's Wall.
I actually know how he spoke.
What?
Yeah. I have heard recordings of Hadrian.
Have you?
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're going to give us a nice sample
Yeah.
of...
The pagans, they're coming in, they're invading Rome.
They're all pagans.
He built the wall.
Gotta build a big, beautiful wall. The Scots are going to pay for it. Trumpicus.
Why the Scots?
Trumpicus, he knows all about the walls, okay?
So Hadrian's Wall, as far as my knowledge goes, is probably the second biggest wall ever built.
Number one.
The Great Wall.
China.
It
the third
spans,
is 14 feet long.
Just a great wall.
It's a great wall.
Yeah.
It spans across the entire frontier that separates England from Scotland.
Okay. Is it parts of it are still standing today, right?
Yes.
Cool.
There are ruins of it. Recently, there was a controversy because of a tree that got cut down on Hadrian's Wall.
What? Explain the controversy.
I don't remember exactly what it is, but they cut down a ancient tree that had been growing on the wall for like over 1,000 years.
That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah. The wall keeps out the barbarians to the north. Once you go north of the wall, you are out of Roman territory and in the territory of the Caledonians and the Picts and all of these Scottish Highland peoples.
Tribes.
That
You're in
cannot be
tribes.
controlled and are
Yeah.
extremely dangerous, and everyone's afraid of them. England.
I looked up the tree.
What'd you find out?
All right. So the sycamore gap tree, or the Robin Hood tree, was a sycamore tree standing next to Hadrian's Wall in England. It is also called the Robin Hood tree because it was in a prominent scene in the 1991 film Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Oh my God. I know that fucking
Yeah.
scene.
And
I know
this is
exactly the
tree.
scene.
Yep.
No! That's the fucking tree that Wolf was hiding in. Perhaps he thinks he's a game bird. Oh my God. I can't believe we lost the sycamore.
They cut it down, yeah.
Fuck. Now I'm pissed. That's one of my favorite movies.
It was felled in the early morning, September 28th, 2023.
That was
There you
so
go.
recent.
Yeah.
They arrested a 16-year-old boy and a man in his 60s in connection with the tree's felling. And they later arrested 2 more men in their 30s from Cumbria. So there you go.
Uh-huh. That's why I heard about this.
Now we're all running hot. Now we're all running hot. Oh, no.
All right. Hadrian's Wall. It is the frontier, right? Now I'm going to talk about the 9th Legion Hispania. So this is Rome. They maintain the same legions for centuries.
Mm-hmm.
They keep meticulous records on them.
13.
13. Ooh. The 9th Legion got its moniker Hispania from serving, obviously, in Spain.
That's where Russell Crowe was in Gladiator.
Yeah.
Spaniard.
Famously, they are one of Caesar's legions in Gaul.
Okay.
So they
Long history.
They're prestigious.
Yeah.
Yes, and they fought, along among.
Well, don't we do the same thing when you think about we have the 101st?
Yeah, like the 7th Cavalry is a legendary.
101st,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
82nd.
After the death of Caesar, they fought with Augustus against Antony. They are the right-hand man of the empire, right? Sometime at the beginning of the 1st century AD, they get sent to Britain. Now, Britain is notorious in Roman times for being a place of rebellion. They constantly have to station at least 3 legions in Britain because the English, for whatever reason, or the Britons, I should say, they're not English yet, are just making problems. Boudica, famously, we talked about her before. They're there for that.
You get out of here.
Snapping.
Yeah.
Snapping. A lot of
You do
snapping.
not belong in my neighborhood, okay?
In fact, the British legions are like known as like crack troops, and numerous times generals of the British legions will decide to make themselves emperor and march the legions across the channel and attack Rome. Septimius Severus did it, and Constantine did it. But at this time, right around 120, I think,
when this movie takes place.
right, the Ninth Legion disappears from the historical record.
They're gone.
They're gone. We don't know what the fuck happened to them.
So it's a missing piece of
They're
history.
It's a missing piece of history, and the legends abound on what happened. The most popular and famous story is that they went north. They went into Scotland and encountered druids and monsters and fucking magic
Necromancers.
people and were annihilated.
Okay.
There's 5,000 of them, and like the movie says 5,000, but was that?
That's a that's a
the
fair
number?
number, something like that. Now, recently, I think within the last 40 years, this story's been around,
Yeah.
for centuries. They had discovered a record in the Netherlands, in modern day the Netherlands, that says that a detachment of the Ninth, like a piece of it, not all of the Legion, was in the Netherlands after this. Meaning, whatever happened, there were survivors, and they ended up somewhere in the Belgian
They
lands.
found their way there.
But that's it. And then we'll talk about
They ate waffles.
another part of this
Right.
later on. But now we can talk about the movie.
Okay. That's really all the backstory.
That's really all the backstory.
So real quick, the Romans, this is pre them being Christian.
Yeah.
So there's Zeus and all that shit.
Jupiter.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I always like the Greek names better.
I always did too, but the same guys.
Yeah.
Jupiter, Mars, Venus.
Okay. But so they're, but Jesus has been killed and crucified,
Jesus, there are Christians.
This is 120 AD.
but the
Yeah.
government is not.
No,
Yeah.
the bulk of the Roman population are still worshiping the old gods. Christianity is spreading throughout Judea, Rome itself, and all over the place. It's very popular among like the lower classes.
Okay.
That's how it got its start among slaves and women, actually. Yeah, it doesn't play a factor. in
Yeah.
the
No,
movie at
I
all.
was just wondering. And the Britons,
Yeah,
they're pagan like tree worshippers, right? Like
they are. So Rome is relatively recently in Britain. I think they
Okay.
got there roughly. You can look this up. Somewhere around 70 A.D.
okay.
They're still looked at. The Romans would still be looked at as an occupying force. They're foreigners. Over time, the British will become the Romano-British, which essentially they assimilate Roman customs.
Okay, so they
Um,
kind of adapt.
Yeah,
They probably realize that living in huts kind of sucks.
yeah. I mean, when a higher civilization comes to town, it's not long before the locals start to realize, like,
Oh, maybe they got
what's
something
better. Yeah, I mean, you can look at like the Gauls,
Mm.
who like the ones that live closer to Rome, like before Rome conquered Gaul, right? The ones that live closer to Rome act more Roman, live more Roman, and as you get further and further into the wilderness up north, it gets wilder and more
They keep their
fucking
own ways.
crazy.
Well,
Yeah.
modern technology spread, and the Romans were very good at that.
Yeah. Well, they were really great at incorporating the best parts of the people they conquered.
Mhm.
But yeah, so the England
43 AD, by the way.
43, okay. England is what would become England is Roman.
Yeah,
The north is the frontier.
it's wild,
It's wild. It's full of painted people.
which are scary.
Very scary. Very scary guys.
I can't wait to get to that.
All right, I guess we'll dive into the movie.
Yeah.
So the movie gives us some backstory, and we see Hadrian's Wall.
So, Channing Tatum
Yes,
is
a dreamboat.
the son.
He's the son
Channing Tatum. He's the son of
of the former commander of the Ninth.
who lost.
And the Ninth has already been
They are gone,
Gone.
disappeared.
and he wants to find him. That's his goal, right?
Yeah.
So I think he played this pretty much as well as you could.
Yeah, he does a good job.
I have a couple of nitpicks where there's times I think his fake British accent goes away.
Yeah.
Like it comes and goes a couple times. It's like, and it's so weird that like we're still doing this. It's like, why can't he just sound American?
Yeah. He's not they weren't speaking English.
Yeah. Like just let him be American, you know? What's the difference? And I actually think in this movie it would have worked better
If he was American?
if all the Romans were American sounding.
Yes.
Because
because this is clearly like playing off of the Romans or the Americans and the tribal peoples or
Russian.
like Afghanis.
exactly.
You know?
So it's like I
Yeah.
actually think it would have worked better, and because they're Britons,
It made sense.
Yeah.
you know, it actually would have made sense for the
Mhm.
story.
Right.
And you know, if you don't want to give them like a fake dialect, you could have just had them speak like with English slang, and American audiences wouldn't know what they're saying. Bangers and mashed peas and carrots.
I don't even think the English know what they're saying. Let's be honest. They don't know what the hell's going on.
So he's taking over a fort
Yes.
somewhere in Britain. We don't know
Yeah.
where.
Yes.
Londinia or something.
Is he in Londinium?
I don't know.
It's a good guess.
I just named a random place.
Oh, I should point this out. The Ninth Legion founded a fort in northern England.
Okay.
Let me get the name of it. real quick.
Newcastle.
I thought I wrote down. Oh, Eboracum. Eboracum would one day become York. So you can thank the Ninth Legion for the name of our city.
Aboracum becomes
Wow.
York.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Maybe not your cities now, but my city.
Right.
Well, York.
This is my island.
York is slightly to the north of London.
York
correct?
is northern England.
Oh,
It's the greatest city in northern England.
Yeah. He sacked York. Okay.
So he wants to restore his family's honor.
Yeah, and the other soldiers are like, "This is a bad omen."
Yeah.
You know, they're like, "It's
Yeah.
bad that this guy showed up the last time."
The last time one of his ilk was around, we lost an
We all
eagle.
died.
Yeah. And every legion has their own eagle, right?
It's the standard of the Legion, and the eagle has religious significance to them, as well as like it is a symbol of Rome, of civilization, of their culture, of their history, and of their imperium, and of the might of their army. If one of those can be captured or destroyed, it's a symbol of weakness. You know, we don't really have a similar thing in modern times. I don't think.
I mean, I view
The
the
flag.
flag.
Maybe
That's
the
the closest
flag.
thing.
It wouldn't be as devastating, I think, if like a military flag was captured by the enemy. You know?
I don't think it would demoralize the nation, but I do think everyone would be like, "I want that fucking big flag back."
Yeah.
You know, like
I-
the 9/11 flag.
I'll
is-
talk about something that happened that I think it heavily influences the movie.
Okay.
As far as like retrieving an eagle,
Yeah.
but the what is that big? Like if a copy of the Constitution? I don't know. You know?
Yeah, I mean, if someone
Yeah.
stole
the Declaration,
like the Declaration
of Independence.
of Independence, like a national
But
treasure,
that's a one of a kind thing.
But
This is
and
like
Nicolas Cage
there's
is
many.
allowed to do it.
right. Yeah, there's multiple of these, but at the same time, each one is significant to that legion, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I guess like, you know, I'm not a military guy, but don't like individual like
They have standards.
they have their own
Yeah.
things. Like I know like there's like you know, they'll be like, we're the Iron Man Legion, and like they like
Mhm.
before comic books, like before like the movies and shit, they'd be like, we're the Iron Man Legion, and they would kind of adapt Iron
Yeah.
Man as like their
Their
mascot.
symbol.
All right. So let's say like Iron Man Volume 1 gets stolen by some foreigners.
How gay.
They gotta go get it. That's the equivalent.
Yeah.
Or our Shrek dolls.
So he immediately gets to work in making this fort better.
Yeah, he's like, we got to be sharp.
Right. There-
Like,
They had sent out a supply run, I guess, and it
Yep.
never came back. And there was rumors of a druid in the area causing problems. Now the druids are these ancient priests that have been in Britain since a bajillion years ago. These are the guys responsible for Stonehenge.
I feel like he would have been.
Uh,
I feel like he would have been a druid. I think
He
Ant
would-
would have been a druid.
he has the looks of a druid.
I don't think so.
If you had long hair and like a hood, I'd be like, that's a druid.
I think you could grow the hair for a good druid.
I'm like, he
look.
turns into a bear at night. I know for a fact.
Wasn't druid like a character in one of the Diablo games?
Yeah.
Well,
they turn into like wolves and bears.
It's always like a class in Dungeons and Dragons and shit.
Yeah, they have some magical powers, but usually they just do a lot of mushrooms. Like, that's all they really do.
I'm a bear. Watch me rape this guy. Revenant callback.
Sick callback.
Well, doesn't that happen in Baldur's Gate 3? There's a lot of bear sex.
There
Wait,
is.
what?
Yeah,
there's a character who's a druid who turns into a bear, and you can have sex with him.
As a bear.
Hold on.
Baldur's Gate gives you a lot of freedom.
Wait. So you can go have sex with bears?
You can have
With
sex
a man
like
who turns
anything.
into a bear, and while he's having sex, he turns into a
You
bear.
can also have sex with the devil.
Hold on. No,
And
wait,
you
wait.
do.
Oh, wait. I don't care about the devil sex right now. Hold on. So you're a male character in the game.
You could be
You
either
could be
or.
a fucking
Yeah.
octopus if you want. You can have sex
Really?
with an octopus, yeah.
Yeah, you can have sex with
I'm not
everybody in
kidding.
that game.
So you could just fuck anything.
Everybody.
Yeah.
But
Fair game.
So I understand.
And
as
lizards, too.
You're fucking your character, your avatar is having sex with a bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you giving or
Passionate.
taking?
Passionate.
I don't know. I didn't do it. I had sex with the woman.
Yeah.
You didn't
I'm
want to
assuming
venture for
it's a
some-
little bit of both.
You
I
didn't
don't
want to
know.
venture for some strange, some bear tail.
Yeah, you need this game. It's a good game.
Game's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm just so curious about the bear
Yeah, I
sex.
bet you are. I bet you are curious.
Yeah.
Maybe you should find out.
I'm bear curious.
Yeah, when you get that option to pick, like, do you want to have sex with the octopus? It's like, do I really want to have sex with an octopus? Right
Yeah.
now? Like,
Wait, they give you
Yeah,
the,
kinda.
Yeah, you look, I got a proposition many times throughout that game.
oh yeah,
by like different creatures.
Different people.
Animals.
Yeah.
So can you just like fuck everything?
You could fuck a lot of it.
Is it like an option when you meet every character? You have to have charm.
You pick choices to like gain their respect.
I'll tell you what. Like, so there's a character, Gale. He's a wizard, right?
Yeah.
He's like a normal, nice
He's a
guy.
regular dude.
And my guy, I want to be helpful to my party members,
Yeah.
right? So like, I'll just go up to the characters, see what's going on in their lives, try and help them out with some things. And I thought I was like just being a good friend to this dude. And then one day he turns around and he's like, "Hey, meet me behind the bushes." And I go back there.
Thinking it's a quest.
And he's like, yeah, I'm thinking like, all right, well, we're advancing the story here. No, he's like, so are we doing this? Like, we're going to fuck right now. And I'm like, whoa. I didn't know I was putting off these vibes. And then like, I tell him, no, I'm not having sex with you. And he's hurt. Like,
Ant finally discovered what it's like to be a girl
Yeah.
putting someone in a friend zone.
You friend zoned Gale, you son of a bitch.
yeah.
Was he like a dick to you after? Did
No, he was just like really upset.
he write like poems about you?
He tried again. And I was like, dude, no. Like, we're not like that.
The druid tried
It
to
really
do that
was-
to me.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought I was doing the quest for him, and he's like, "You look good." I'm like, "Wait, what?" I'm like, I am not going down this route. I took him out of my party and kicked him out. I was like, I'm not with you.
I remember that happened to me in Mass Effect
Yeah.
because I was nice to I think either the chef or Garrus.
There was the gay guy in the basement
yeah
in the third one.
yeah. And I remember like I was getting close to like Garrus and like the game kind of
Garrus.
gave Garrus and the game was like kind of giving me an option like if I wanted to like
Have sex with
Garrus.
Garrus.
I was like, I'm not doing that. No.
Good times. Fuck. Game's really evolved, huh?
Yeah. I'm playing Sonic Frontiers right now. There's
Can
no
you have sex with them? Oh.
Sonic is always getting fucked.
Yeah. Gotta go fast.
Oh.
Anyway,
Poor plushie.
back to the film.
So now the druids show up. And it's like a middle of the night invasion, and it's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, the Britons
cool.
got all riled up, and he musters the men
On a hunch.
on a hunch,
Yeah.
and it was the right move because
Yeah.
they were trying to sneak over the walls.
Yes.
And he fights them off,
And he did one of my favorite tactics,
which is what?
the firewall.
Oh, firewall,
Yeah.
yeah. Cover anything in tar
Yeah.
beforehand.
Yeah.
Set that up.
Yeah.
You
and it looks
always have
great.
that ready.
Always cool.
Yeah. And this kind of gains him some respect amongst the men,
He has a lot of respect.
you know, because they didn't really like
Yeah.
him first. They're like, yeah,
But then the next morning, the Britons pull out the captured supply guys.
And real quick,
they're patrolling.
I want to say
Patrol.
one thing about this. They from the fort, you can clearly see like the druid huts.
So they're like little huts.
Yeah.
They're not. They're
It's not- it's
actually,
not- that's not their
I think those
town.
were haystacks. I don't even think those were
Oh,
huts.
really?
Yeah.
So they looked like huts to me. I was like, they're all right there.
That's not where they live. This little scene here where
It's cool.
he takes it upon himself to gather like 50 guys and be like, we're going to rescue these dudes.
This was cool.
It is some of the best example of like
Roman.
Roman fighting
Yeah.
I've ever seen in a movie.
Yeah.
It's fucking great. Like the testudo formation.
The inside of the
Yes.
Testudo shots were awesome.
It's sick. And
They're
they
stabbing up.
it's a clear demonstration of how much better the Romans were at fighting than their competitors at this time. Eventually they'll get better. But you see that the Britons, what they value is individual glory, right? You got a warrior, he wants to gain some glory for himself, so he's running into battle, swinging a sword
I killed a couple
wildly.
of Romans.
Yeah.
yeah.
And he gets the prestige of that. The Romans are like, we don't give a shit about that. We are a unit. We work together. They form the shield wall. They march in unison. They can't, and nothing can touch them. You know,
Yeah.
It's awesome. And they manage to surround the. They fight their way through the crowd essentially, surround
Kicking ass.
the captured guys, save them, and then
Run back.
They have to run back because
there's
chariots come with fucking razor wheels.
The gladiator thing.
Yeah.
And
A couple of gladiator homages here.
yeah, it's like a Ben-Hur gladiator
Yeah.
thing. And Channing Tatum,
He picks up a pilum off the ground.
and he's like, fuck this.
Yeah.
And he throws it through this druid.
Yeah.
And then it
And the fucking chariot flips on top
on
of
his
him.
shield.
It's
yeah.
cool.
It's awesome.
It's cool.
And he wakes up and Donald Sutherland is there.
He wakes up at Donald Sutherland's house. Imagine that.
Yeah. R.I.P. Donald Sutherland.
Yeah, he just died.
Rest in peace.
Great actor.
Awesome. And he's always a welcome presence.
Love him.
He's one of those guys.
Yeah.
That was in my note. Oh, look, Donald Sutherland.
Nothing better than his role in the film Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within.
That's what he'll be remembered.
Yes, that's
for.
that's his legacy.
He saw
I saw that in theaters.
So did I.
Yeah,
For like a friend's birthday. We were
Yeah.
all like, this sucks.
it wasn't good.
It was so disappointing. Did
So
you?
crazy cast in that movie. Alec Baldwin, Steve Buscemi, Ving
It's like
Rhames.
everybody.
Yeah.
Maybe I should give it another watch. It might be better. Now
Haven't
that
you
we're older.
rewatched it?
I saw that a lot, like back then. I saw it. Like, I've seen it at least like 5 or 6 times.
That's insane.
I have the DVD.
Really?
Yeah, I
Oh.
loved it. Like when I
Oh.
first saw it, I was like, "This is great."
I gotta rewatch it. I think.
But it's
I
a
would
it's a bad
rewatch it.
movie.
Yeah,
it's a
it's
very
bad.
bad movie.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's stupid as
It
fuck.
was supposed to be the future of like animated movies.
Yeah.
Like PlayStation 2 graphics
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
generous.
right.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. What's the worst movie you went and saw at a friend's birthday party when you were a kid?
At a friend's birthday party. That's so specific.
That a friend took you to see for their birthday? I have one.
3 pop into my head immediately. One was Godzilla '99.
Okay.
That was bad.
The Art of War.
The art. Oh, with Wesley
Yep,
Snipes.
yep. And League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
League is awesome.
I love it. I'll watch it every single time it's on.
I've been dragged to a couple of superhero movies because of him. Punisher 2.
You went to see Punisher 2 for somebody's birthday?
Not birthday,
No,
but
T.S. birthday.
yeah, and I said
As
that's
a
very
kid.
that's
Yeah.
so specific.
As a kid, though.
As a child,
For me, I think it's Spawn 97.
oh, Spawn was bad.
Spirits Within would be a close second, though.
I saw Collateral Damage for someone's birthday.
That movie's awesome.
That's the
weird,
one time I saw it. I don't remember anything
it's
from it
gr-
except
it's
John
actually-
Leguizamo's in it.
It's actually great. You should rewatch
Yeah?
it. Yeah.
It's Arnold.
Oh, wait. Collateral Damage.
Yeah, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's like one of his last movies before he became the governor.
I'm thinking of Collateral with Tom Cruise.
Oh, that I never
That
saw.
movie's great, but I do like Collateral Damage too. I got them mixed up.
Mm.
Anyway, so he wakes up. Donald Sutherland's there.
It's his uncle.
Yeah,
It's his uncle.
and he's awarded. He's distinguished. He's
Yes,
he's
he's a
honored.
hero.
He's a hero, and he's also discharged.
Well, he can't fight anymore. He's
Yeah.
got a fucked up leg.
Legs all messed up.
Yeah.
You got a gimp leg. I got a gimp leg too, so I felt
You
a
felt for
connection to
Channing
this
Tatum?
character. Yeah,
So
I
now-
feel like I'm most.
And
like
where
Channing
are
Tatum.
they? Because it looks like
They're
a
in-
Roman villa, but it's
Yeah.
in England.
Yeah.
I thought they were
That's
in
exactly
England.
right.
They're in real. Yeah.
What do you think the Romans did when they got there?
They said they were 200.
No, but like
Made it home.
like 200 miles south.
it's not like gloomy and rainy.
You expect it to just be gloomy and rainy all the time?
It's England.
It's a green and pleasant land.
I just picture England always perpetually.
It's never
rainy.
the summer.
It's like Seattle, yeah. Or it's snowing in the winter. You know,
No, it's a green and pleasant land.
or they're complaining about 80-degree weather.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 80 degrees.
Oh, no! It's a bloody heat wave.
In
We
my
have
head.
no air conditioning.
It's 80
Right.
degrees. If only someone would let us have an air conditioner.
In my head, England
I
is
haven't got
always.
me air conditioner license.
Nobody got us a fan. Oh God.
What's on the telly? I don't know. I haven't paid me dues.
I haven't paid me, dude.
Oh, look on your phone. I can't. If I see a meme, they'll arrest me and take me away. I live in a totalitarian state. I know. We were great once, but we squandered everything that made us good.
It's the best Monty Python sketch that never happened.
You. Oh fuck. Where were we?
So Channing Tatum
Oh yeah.
is there, and now they're going to, like a random gladiator fight.
Crying.
It's really fucking funny, man.
Yeah, it's like a fun and game kind of arena thing, and then the final thing is a fight to the death. Like that's the
gladiator
finale show. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the one before it though. It's a guy who's like blindfolded and a midget's like attacking. him.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was like fun.
Yeah,
It might
I
have been a
thought
child.
they
I don't
were
know.
at like a play it first, you know?
Yeah.
They went to a gladiator fight.
Yeah.
And Sutherland's like,
now-
see, fun in games.
And now Jamie Bell, Billy Elliot,
Jamie Bell, that's his
Yeah.
name.
he shows up and he won't fight.
Yeah.
And the other gladiators getting ready to kill him, and everybody's like, yeah, kill him.
Yeah.
And Channing Tatum convinces the entire crowd.
Yes. Through just his gravitas.
Yeah. Just his rugged
Well, I'm
hands.
assuming he's famous at this point.
Yeah, he is the local hero.
Like,
you got to give him that.
Sure.
Yeah, he's the commander. He's just got back from.
They would have all known who he was.
Yeah,
I like to believe it's just because he's that handsome.
could be.
Everybody's like,
Could be.
that handsome man. Everyone listen to him. And he gets everybody to spare
Live,
his
live.
life.
Yes.
Donald Sutherland now takes it upon himself to purchase Jamie Bell as a slave
And give him to his nephew.
and give him to
Yeah.
Channing Tatum.
Yes.
Best friend slave.
And now they become best pals.
Yeah.
Now it's a buddy
Yeah.
movie.
But Jamie Bell tells him, like, I hate you and everything you stand for.
I hate your society.
But still,
You saved my life.
you're pretty cool.
You saved my life. So
and you're
like-
ruggedly handsome like I am, so I like you.
and Britons, we live by Wookiee rules. So
A life debt.
Yeah, I have a life debt to you.
The Brigantes.
What are the Brigantes?
It's a tribe.
They're just a tribe?
Yeah.
Are they like a known thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was like something made up for this movie.
Mm.
So,
Ancient Roman surgery.
Yeah, that was cool.
Oof.
yeah.
This
that-
movie rules. Like,
It is cool.
Why isn't this more popular?
Because it's not done as well as. Let's keep going.
Okay.
Let's keep
Okay.
going. Because it goes off the deep end soon. And now they become best friends. They're hunting. They're hunting a hog.
This whole beginning is awesome.
It's just a fun time.
Well, he's like, hey, you're now my best friend, and everything I do, you
I
gotta
own
do
you.
with
Yeah.
me.
I
Yeah.
own you. We're gonna
Yeah.
go do things.
And then a senator comes from Rome to visit.
Yeah, and he's a dick.
And he's a dick,
So
and
is
he
his
insults
son.
his dad. But he has a rumor with him that the eagle of the ninth has been seen in the north. Now, I don't know how he would get that rumor, but he's got it.
Yeah.
And then Channing Tatum hatches a plan to go north with his slave and
We're going past
find the
Get
eagle,
the eagle.
then rescue it and bring it back
We're going past
and
Hadrian's
redeem his
Wall.
father. Yeah.
It's a bold move.
Yes. So now we got a fun like hunting movie for the rest of the film.
They have a quest.
Yes.
And I love movies like this where it's like
It's like The Searchers.
our protagonists have a clear thing they're after
This is a
and
Western.
a clear goal. It is a Western.
This is essentially a Roman Western.
Look, it's a very standard story
Mhm.
structure where
Yeah.
It's cookie cutter.
characters are going for something,
I think
Yeah.
that's the problem.
which
with
is
this.
all I need.
It's
I
cookie
don't
cutter.
Mhm.
I don't need anything crazy. I like a simple story with good characters and like honor.
Mhm.
You know, it works.
Yeah, it's
you
cool as
definitely
fuck.
are a man of honor. You definitely you're a fifth century
And Brutus
man.
and Cassius are honorable men.
As we've reviewed before, you are.
I say, sir, are you insulting me? I don't know why I became.
I
Southern.
loved how vicious it gets and how fast from here. Like they set out, they
Yep.
leave Hadrian's Wall,
They passed the wall.
immediately severed bodies.
Yeah. You're in hell now. Scotland.
It's like, oh, this is why we don't go past the wall. And he's like, who did this? Rogue Warriors, probably. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, this is
Could
fun.
be any number of
Could be any.
savages.
Yes.
Real quick, so I have a question. Hadrian's Wall, how close is it to the end of Scotland?
It's very close to the modern border of Scotland. I'm not exactly sure where.
But at this point, right, just thinking of the Romans logistically, you have almost the whole.
island.
Why not just finish it up?
They tried.
They just weren't able
They
to.
couldn't do it. The terrain was too fucking right. You get lost in the gullies and the locks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they couldn't maintain it. They couldn't.
Okay.
So they built the wall and is like, all right, you guys stay up there.
Yeah. Stay there and,
Yeah.
and
Leave us
live in your
alone.
mud huts.
Yeah. They actually at one point there was another wall. Sometime in the future they will advance a couple of dozen miles and they
Yeah.
build another wall, but it doesn't last very long and it's not as big. But they have to abandon it again. Eventually Rome loses control of Britain, obviously. I mean, this is hundreds
Yeah.
of years down the road, but they just abandoned it. They pulled the legions out.
They're like, fuck it.
Yeah. And then the Anglo-Saxons come in.
And then the Britons must be like, they left us all this infrastructure. This is great.
Well, they're thoroughly Roman by that point.
oh
You know,
yeah.
it's the Romano British. The army got pulled
Are
out.
they like walking in togas and shit?
Yeah. The army got pulled out.
Are they like, oh no?
And they're like,
Why are we
oh
in
fuck,
togas?
we're
It's
on
really
our
wet."
own. And the Anglo-Saxons came over from Germany, invaded, started killing people, and I think the most Roman like Romano Britain genetic material that you'll find in the modern world are like the Welsh.
Really?
Yeah, they ended up like fleeing into the hills, into the hinterlands of Wales.
So you guys are like almost like Welshmen.
What?
You're Italian, right?
I'm talking about the Romano British, like the Britain, the British Roman.
How did you?
the-
How did you make that connection in your head? What is happening?
You know.
Yes, we're Welsh. We get a backstory
His name is Eska, by the way.
of
Yes.
Eska, which is a pretty brutal backstory.
They don't find this out until like weeks above the wall. Like they're going from town to town,
Yeah.
asking around like villagers
Yeah.
what they've seen.
And I like he's like explains Channing Tatum. He's like, the eagle is Rome.
Yeah.
And we find out that Eska's father
And brothers
and brothers were killed
by Romans.
by Romans.
And mother was killed by
Her father.
his father,
Before they
killed
could
his
rape
mother
her.
before they could rape her.
Yeah.
Which is like, yeah, I'd hate anyone who did that too.
Which is what happened to Boudicca's children.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the story there was her husband. She was the queen of the Iceni, who were an allied tribe to Rome, and her husband had actually promised upon his death that he would cede his lands to the Romans.
Okay.
So when he died, they came to collect,
Hey, we want our land.
and she didn't want to give it up, so they raped her daughters and beat her senseless, and then took it. And then she led a giant uprising in response to this and almost knocked the Romans out of England. But yeah.
Rightfully so.
So the Romans were doing way more rape than it's talked about, huh?
I think everyone understood that. It's the ancient world.
Yeah,
I think that's what
guess.
just happened in
Yeah.
general. Like that was everywhere.
Yeah. They certainly weren't alone in that.
Well, I mean, that's been the history of warfare.
Right.
Yep.
You know, forever.
Now they're chilling in the woods, just hanging out, and Eska's like, "Hey, you got some guys behind you. There's 3 of them."
Oh, this was cool.
And he goes, "How many are behind me?" And Channing's like, Marcus is like, I don't see anyone. He's like, "Well, they are." He's like, "Are you ready to fight?"
Mhm.
It's like, "Yep." And they fight.
And it's
Now,
cool.
I was like, this is going to be awesome until a tattooed Samoan in a loincloth does a flip. And I'm like, what is happening? Where are we? Like, why are these? Why is happening? Like,
Samoans.
they're tattoos. You didn't see them?
No.
Oh yeah, they had like full body tattoos.
Well, these guys would paint themselves. They're known for being blue.
They were black tattoos.
Yeah, I mean, they had tattoos. Tattoos were a thing. They used to tattoo their whole body.
In a loincloth? I don't know, man. That looks.
I mean,
you could bring up the clip.
I'm
It's
sure
fucking
there's.
crazy.
I'd be lying if I said I remember exactly the guy you're talking about, but this was a thing. Like
it did not look like
the
a
barbarians
Briton.
would do shit like
I'll
this.
say this: it did not look like a Briton.
You didn't think he was a white guy?
I don't think Britons are doing aerobics either. Like they're, like it's not the.
He ain't white no more.
It was very confusing.
It's interesting how much as they go further north, the tribes start to look like American Indians.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
And live like American Indians.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
Very
wow,
weird.
that there's a universality to that type of
It is interesting.
lifestyle. And we know this is true
But
because
you're living off the land.
Look at the Sami.
Yeah. When
You
you live off the land
Mhm.
and you have to make do.
Yeah.
And you don't have an abundance, you kind of have to use whatever's there. So skin, bone, you're using that to like build your shit.
What's the reason for that?
I just said it.
Oh, just, yeah.
Like when you have to live off the land and resources are scarce, you use whatever you can. So
Mhm.
skin, bone, you're building, teepees out of that and shelters. Stuff like
Makes
that.
sense.
Especially if you're not near like woods where you could actually utilize the wood. I think that's a major factor.
Yeah. So they fight these guys.
It's cool.
And is this when they meet the guy, the Roman guy?
Not just
well,
yet. He kills a child
Yeah,
first.
they kill a child.
Oh,
which is-
yeah.
A
So
reoccurring theme in this
Jamie
movie.
Bell is going to let a child go.
And Channing Tatum puts him down.
He's like, no, we got to kill this kid.
Well, you had to.
You have to. Yeah.
He'd run to his people and they'd be dead within the hour.
Yeah.
And they're attacked by Mark. Well, they go around asking British people like questions and all
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
And
If they seen the eagle.
eventually Channing Tatum has had enough.
Because Eska's actually fucking with him.
Yeah, Eska just has him on a wild goose chase.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, you have to give me some answers here.
Mhm. And it leads them to a guy.
Gurn.
Gurn.
Or Lucia.
Yes.
By his
Lucius
real name,
Flavius.
who's played by none other than Mark Strong.
who is also in 6 Days with
Yeah.
No
Johnny
way.
Bell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I wonder if they filmed this at like similar times. When did 6 Days come out?
Maybe.
I don't know.
The height of Jamie Bell.
They must like each other. And he has a cool backstory.
He was a
no,
legionnaire in
2017.
the 9th Legion, and he watched his father fight and die at the battle.
Yeah.
So,
And he's like, I'm a native now here.
yes. Yeah,
I
he's
have
been
a
living. He's been
family.
living there for 20 years. He has a family. He's like,
I have
I'm
a wife
one
and
of these
2
children.
kids. Yeah.
Yeah. But he tells them who has the eagle,
The Seal People,
the seal people.
which of course
Yep.
I couldn't stop.
Did you know
When it snows,
my
eyes become white.
and baby?
Don't you know I was kissed by a rose on a grave?
Ooh.
Yeah, so they got to go find the seal people who are
Yeah.
even further north.
Yeah. They love clubbing.
They balance balls on their nose.
A sea lion with a ball at the carnival.
So fucking stupid.
When they said seal people, I was like, oh, I guess they like hunt seals or something.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, that made sense to me.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
And they go find them. And they look like fucking
Seals.
Yeah.
They
They're
have
all
seal
painted up.
bones on their head. And...
The guy looks remarkably like Emotep from The Mummy.
Yeah, he does.
And now they live among them for several weeks, it seems like. And Jamie Bell has to pretend that Channing Tatum is his slave.
Right, so
Yes.
he lives.
Well, and you don't
And you
know.
think he betrayed him.
You don't know in the
Yeah,
movie, you
right.
know? It's like.
But you know they're best buds. They were hunting that boar.
Yeah.
I
we
mean,
all saw it.
Jamie Bell plays it pretty straight.
Yeah.
Oh, he whips the fuck out.
This is awesome.
He whips the fuck out of Marcus.
It's great.
This is a good movie, man.
It is. I like this movie. It needs more love. Hopefully, you know.
This will push him over the edge a little.
Yeah, I think where the
whether they're going to be deciding,
We'll
we're going to
see.
bring the eagle
We'll
back.
yeah,
We're bringing
we
it back.
brought the eagle back
Yeah.
like Channing Tatum.
Right, yes. But they see that these guys have the eagle, so now they hatch a scheme in the middle of the night to steal it.
After they do a bunch of shrooms,
Yes.
they make a nice thing of tea of drugs.
Yeah.
Fucking druids.
Yeah, they
man.
get everybody high
Mhm.
and they steal the eagle.
And they have a fight with the guards and the
Well,
chief.
This
Well,
is
one
kinda
thing,
like-
Jamie Bell. So a kid goes to Jamie Bell,
Befriends him. Yeah.
Yeah.
and he's like,
Can I leave with you?
What are
What
we
are you
looking
doing?
at? There's Jamie Bell.
So I pulled up the scene
Oh.
This is
Steve
the
was
fight
talking
scene.
about.
Oh
So-
yeah, the Samoans. That's a fucking look at that. Come on, man. That's a Samoan.
No one can see this. Why are we talking
I'll
about
pull it
this?
up.
Because he's gonna. You're gonna.
All right.
They're gonna see it.
Um,
But if you're audio,
they look pretty white to me. What are you talking about?
fuck you talking about. He's in a
He's
loincloth with
he's
tattoos
just
all over.
bald. Like, what's your?
Watch when he flips. This is great.
This is awesome. I just want to watch the movie now.
Yeah, this is good shit.
Come on, this isn't. I don't think he's Samoan.
Yeah, you're not Steve.
Yeah.
He's in a loincloth, man.
Like you
What's
would-
happening?
you were saying it like The Rock was there.
That's what I was picturing. I was like, it wasn't like The Rock.
It's the same tattoos.
That would have been awesome if The Rock just cameoed in that
That
one
would have been
scene.
cool.
They had him for that.
Yeah.
He gets killed.
Yeah. But
Honestly, the druids look like a good time. They're doing man stuff. They're doing drugs. This doesn't look too bad of a lifestyle. I'll admit that.
I mean,
They're in the woods. It's a good time.
it's a hard life.
They're living on like a rock,
Yeah.
eating raw fish,
And seals.
sleeping out in the open.
Yeah.
They
I
don't-
didn't see many women either.
There were a
No,
couple.
they're in a shed.
They were looking at Channing Tatum, remember?
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and then they threatened to kill him for looking
Yeah.
at them.
Because he's
He's so handsome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like smiling at the
Yeah.
guy. He's like,
Yeah.
"That's my sister."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking slice your throat.
Yeah.
And then Jamie Bell's like, "Do it. I
Yeah.
give you permission."
He's like, it's your property. I'm not going to fuck with it.
Yeah.
It's like, oof. That is rough.
And then I like Channing Tatum. He's like, "I will kill you when I get the chance."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before this war is over,
Yeah.
I will kill you.
Anyway, so they steal the stuff, and they're like,
Lesson learned. Don't do drugs. You're going to get
Yeah.
your eagle stolen.
"They'll get your eagle stolen."
Oh, yeah, they do like a ritual, an initiation
Yeah,
ritual.
that's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
It looks
Yeah.
like a good time.
They all get drunk
And
doing
there's-
that wassail.
Yeah.
And Jamie Bell gives a kid, and he's like, "Tell them we left when he wakes up."
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they kill the chief too.
Oh,
They have
yes,
that fight
right.
where he's in the mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he yells at Channing Tatum. He's
Yes.
like, "I saw you. I killed your dad."
Yes.
But Channing Tatum doesn't know what he's
I don't know
saying.
how he knew who he was all of a sudden. You know?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
He just figured it
He
out.
just figured it out, I guess. Yeah, and now they got the eagle and they start running.
Channing Tatum is like,
He said,
"I
"Where'd
tried
you
to
get my
kill
dad's ring?"
daddy."
He said, "Where'd you get my dad's ring?" That's why.
Mhm. Oh, right.
Okay, yeah.
I guess he spoke Latin.
Yeah, he just didn't speak Latin to Channing. Marcus.
He takes the ring. I forgot about that.
Yes.
So they get their horses and they're off. And the kid doesn't warn his people.
No.
and that will come back to bite him in the
Yeah.
ass.
Yep, should have warned him. Also, these people don't have horses.
No,
The fuck?
I was
Very
not-
confusing.
I was happy to see that
Yeah.
because
They're not
horses
native,
are
right?
Yeah.
no, they're there, but horses are very hard to take care of when you live on the subsistence rock.
Mm.
You know, they're
Mhm.
expensive, and
They
these
eat grass. And there's no grass.
overwhelmingly these people would have fought on foot.
Okay.
It's only like in much like lush places that they would develop good cavalry. Places like in Germany, the German cavalry was famous, or Numidia and all these
Spain.
places.
Mhm.
Yeah,
They got good horses in Spain.
right. But these
Something like that.
guys start chasing them cross country. I forget why they lose their horses, because they do lose their horses.
One of them falls.
One of them dies.
Then one of them.
But they get a nice-
abandon it.
They get a nice lead.
Yeah, but basically they have to. It's 4 or 5 days for them to get to the wall.
Right. Yeah, they just tire the horses out, I guess.
Yeah.
And these guys chasing them with dogs and shit.
Yeah,
It's
and
fucking cool.
Probably also
and
leaves tracks.
it's a big foot
Horse
on
tracks are easy to.
And Jamie
trace.
Bell is like, they actually have the advantage because
They
can,
know the shortcuts.
They know the shortcuts,
Yeah.
and like they can go different routes we can't go with the horses.
Mhm.
Yep. Makes sense.
Yeah. Then they end up catching up with him, and Jamie Bell has to abandon him in a river.
Yes,
And Marcus is like, you gotta take the eagle.
bring it back.
You gotta bring
for
it
me.
back. And he's like, only if you free me.
Yeah,
He's like, all right, fine, whatever. And he's like, I'm not taking the eagle.
I'm not
Yeah,
taking the
He just
eagle,
leaves.
but I am gonna come back for you. You gotta
Yes.
trust me.
Right.
So
Marcus is in bad shape.
Yeah.
He was gonna die here.
and now,
So he puts the eagle on a stick. He rebuilds the standard.
yes,
Yep,
which
and
is
he-
pretty cool.
He
Yes.
starts marching with it slowly, but he still really can't go far.
He's useless.
And then these guys come.
You can see him in the fog. You see like
Yeah.
these steps, and you're like, Marcus is done. But he's not, because it's
It's the-
Eska with the fucking
The
He
knife.
found the
knife.
remnants of the knife.
which is like 8
old men.
veterans.
Mark Strong and like a bunch of others.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, we gotta fucking
And then he's like, my shame wouldn't let me tell you, but I saw your dad being
Died
fucking
valiantly.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah.
your dad is actually awesome.
You're like, this isn't the cheesiest thing I've seen. I have no problems with this.
And then the bad guys show up and murder a child.
Yeah, they
He
kill his own son.
kills his own son for being disloyal.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
They love killing
I
kids in this
mean,
movie, I gotta say.
You know what? When your kid betrays your whole society,
Yeah,
you failed as a parent.
I guess so.
You gotta start over.
Right.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
I
Is that
make-
how you-
Brian's
is that
daughter,
how you feel?
beware.
Yeah.
I make her just stare at the American flag for an hour each day and kiss it.
I'm just gonna tell her one day, don't eat Chinese food ever, ever.
Especially on Christmas.
So they have a fight, and
It's cool.
it's cool.
It's cool.
And the Romans somehow
win.
win.
I liked one thing
They have
that,
superior tactics.
that I rarely
But they don't
see.
use them.
Not in the final
No,
battle.
if you watch the battle, like it's just guy versus guy.
They don't have enough people.
Yeah, I
There's
guess.
there's
Yeah.
not a lot of them.
Right. And Channing
They had locked shields at one point, but that's
Yeah.
about it.
Channing Tatum ends up killing the main bad
I loved
guy.
this. And this is something I never really see in a movie. The last fight scene, no music.
Yeah, it was good.
I loved that. It
And
was
he-
just the two guys breathing and fighting, like one-on-one, no music. You don't even hear the guys behind him when you could have.
And he puts his head
choice.
under the water so that all
Yeah.
the paint comes off. And you
Very
see his
good
face
choice.
finally.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that.
It's a good
See,
movie.
he's just a man.
Yeah. But they save the day.
They save the eagle. They bring it back.
They bring it back to Donald Sutherland's
And
house.
This hit
This is so stupid.
so corny. It hit so bad.
The two
But
of
it's
them
just two best
walk
buds
in
doing
with
it.
swagger. They're like, I got the eagle. Hey, Senator, fuck you, man.
Yeah.
Let's go
Fuck
on new
you.
adventures.
What do you want to do next? Whatever you want to do, free boy.
And then they just kind of like, hey,
Hey, we did it. It's just two best buds
Let's
running
go have a
around.
pizza
Yeah.
party.
Just palling around.
We're going to Disney World. Like, yeah. Movie rules.
Because there's also a solid chance they would walk outside and it's just constant invasions. It's not like they're having a good time up there. Like, what are you doing all happy? I got my honor back. Woohoo, you're free. What the fuck? They don't even have weapons. Like, they're walking around with no weapons. Oh,
Great.
It's cheesy, but I
So
also like
ridiculous.
it.
Yeah.
it's
I
so
mean,
cheese.
they're at a point where if you're not going to have one of them die with a sacrifice,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, because that's the play.
But they killed Mark Strong.
Well, he redeems himself.
Yes.
It should have been Eska dead. That would have been more powerful.
No, I like it better this way.
Nah.
I like the happy ending.
Yeah.
I got to be honest.
This movie
It is
needed a little
happy.
bit
It
of
is
levity.
happy.
I mean, there was
Yeah.
none in it.
Oh, you weren't having a grand old time?
Oh, I should say that what I wanted to bring up before. There's a scene where they go to the battlefield where the Legion had disappeared.
Yeah, they recalled it.
And it's full
It's
of
cool.
skulls and ritual sacrifice and crucifixions and all this shit. And essentially what they're showing is the description that we get from when Germanicus found exactly this in the Teutoburg Forest. I talked about this in one of the
Yes.
pick episodes. It's like ripped directly from that description.
Yep.
Okay.
So they recreated that.
That was
That's
what.
cool.
Which is when
That's
he
cool.
he actually went and found the eagle that had been destroyed in the Teutoburg and brought it back to Rome.
Okay.
So that's kind of the inspiration for the whole movie.
They
If you
took
want,
that.
if you want me to
That's
go into
pretty good.
detail about that, go back to one of the
That's
pick
pretty good.
episodes.
Yeah.
It's in
So
there.
we did that in a pick episode, but that I guess they just applied that to the
They
ninth,
applied it to the
Yeah.
ninth. Yeah.
which we still don't know about.
Well,
Right.
didn't they find like remnants of this?
What do you mean?
Like the actual area?
That battlefield has been discovered. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's in
yeah.
Germany.
Yeah.
Arminius and Germanicus.
But that eagle could still be out there.
Somewhere in Scotland, Caledonia.
There's some
If
house.
you're a
there's some
Scottish
house that has
listener,
it.
just dig in your backyard.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you the it was a pitch I had for a reality TV show, which it definitely would have only lasted one season, but I thought this was the most brilliant like reality show ever.
You're giving out a brilliant idea.
Yeah, I just think it's so
Oh, no.
good. No one will ever make this.
No.
The premise of it was called Hidden Treasures,
Okay.
and there was a fake historical expert, and he would go to different people's houses and tell them that we have discovered through extensive backtracking that in your house is a copy of like a priceless artifact. of
It's in
some
your
kind.
house.
It's in your walls.
They just destroy
Like,
that wall.
and they give like the host, like the person whose house it is, a sledgehammer. And
Go
they're
ahead.
like the rub of the show is like, you know how like on home renovation shows they're like, move that
Wall.
bus.
Yeah.
This one they're like,
Break that
Break that wall.
smash that wall. In your wall, we have tracked down a copy of the
It
Declaration.
has to be here.
and it's smashed through. Oh, let's try
Abe
different.
Lincoln's hat.
And the point is,
This is one of the dumbest.
I
things
love this.
I've ever heard. This is so stupid.
You have them destroy their own house.
he got one before they stopped.
Brian is
How
like,
many walls?
this is a brilliant idea.
Smash that wall.
Oh, it's not in that wall. Let's try another one. And they go throughout the house.
They go,
looking
wait,
for-
and they just paw through some papers. Here.
Yeah.
Right here.
At
The
the end,
beam.
after they smash up all the walls, they go, "Oh,
They don't
I
pay 'em.
guess I was wrong."
They don't pay him.
And they leave.
They don't pay him for the repairs.
That would be awesome.
But like, you could build a show and like you talk about the real history of the object, and you're trying to convince this person it's in their walls.
Make it as believable as possible.
Yes, and like you get like this British authoritarian sounding guy, and he's just tricking
He's
people.
a random British dude.
Yeah, he's tricking people into smashing the walls. I think it's the most brilliant idea for a reality
I
TV
love it.
show.
Oh yeah, of course.
I love it.
But we're 20
brilliant.
years too late for this
That
to
should have
exist.
been 2001.
Yeah,
On like
2000
MTV.
In like 2002 or 3, this is perfect.
Or what was that? Like Fuse.
Yeah, it'd be on Fuse.
Yeah, yeah.
you ever hear of the Orkney chessmen?
What?
No.
It's
a weird transition.
Because I was just thinking about it before. It's a chess set that was discovered in a cave on the Orkney Islands that was put there by like Vikings.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they're cool. They got like they're like carved into little soldiers and
Okay.
shit, and like they're eating the shields.
Is that it?
That's it.
Well, Steve.
And then I went nowhere.
Yeah,
Steve,
absolutely not.
I will tell you, I
Yeah.
actually was talking to an expert.
There's something in my wall.
Yeah.
You know what? My house, the house that I'm in is old enough. There probably is some shit.
There's
in that
only
wall.
one way for you to
I
discover.
gotta have to
You go
destroy it.
home, Alex. I have to look.
So those walls are from the early 1900s. It would be very difficult to break.
Jefferson Davis's belt buckle. It's priceless.
It's in your wall.
We gotta get it out. The world needs this.
That's like the best reality TV show that doesn't.
That is
If
so
History
dumb.
Channel had a sense of humor, they would be making this today. Because you could talk about all the real history behind this
Right,
object
yeah.
and stuff. You get the expert, and the rub is just getting this fool to break their fucking walls. Hidden treasures. And like you could do it around the world,
Yeah.
you know?
Sure, yeah. Hidden
Sure,
treasures.
yeah.
Hidden treasures. Italy. Mamma mia.
We have discovered in your walls.
The
There's
bracelet of Pope Pius the Ninth.
Why
It's
is
in
it
your
on-
basement.
Yeah.
underneath your
Here's
floor.
a jackhammer. Guy hits a sewage line. It's shit popped up. Oh, we were wrong.
Whoops. Must have been your neighbor's house. We're gonna go over there.
Love it.
Yeah.
Um,
what do we rate this?
Well, before that, I want to talk
What?
about the. How long are we going?
A little over an hour.
Oh, yeah. I just want to talk about kind of the making of the movie a bit.
Sure.
The director of this, Kevin Macdonald, he doesn't have an extensive like film like background. Like he's done a lot of documentaries and stuff. Nothing that like I think we would have really seen. He did a movie called Black Sea about like submarines and shit. I think that would be like the next thing that any of us would kind of care about.
Mm-hmm.
That's
But
an ant movie.
what?
That's an ant movie. If I ever heard one.
Black Sea?
Just about submarines.
Do you like subs?
Not really.
No?
I feel like he could. I feel like you're
They're
gonna get
fine.
into it. I think you'll get into
Maybe
it.
I'll get into subs one day.
You like
Yeah.
Doms?
I like Doms.
But he said that he had a problem like making this movie because he wanted to be historically accurate,
Uh-huh.
and he couldn't find. I'm not making a joke here. I'm laughing thinking about hidden treasures. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ.
It's been tickling my fancy for years.
Hidden treasure. So stupid.
I just love they have to destroy their own walls. The crew doesn't do it. He has to do it himself.
Well, they give him the sledgehammer.
And it's like you're looking for a priceless artifact. You
Cheering
think
him
they'd be
on.
like gentle, like we don't want to damage it. No, smash the wall. The support beam needs to go.
So take down the whole house. Kill half the people in it.
This came about because you always hear stories about people who find like declarations of independence. I was like, what if I had one in my walls? I was like, that could be a show going to people again.
You
and
fucking got me tearing up, Jesus.
It's fucking funny, man. One season of this is all the world
Yeah.
needs.
One episode, you're gonna get sued into oblivion. You're not making it past the first production.
You think you'd be sued?
Yeah.
They
Yes, of course
smashed
you're
their
gonna be
own
sued.
wall.
Yeah, that's the loophole.
Yeah.
They did it it
They did it
themselves.
themselves.
We needed no convincing.
The show is over when someone actually does find an artifact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna pay
Ruined
for the
show.
insurance.
It's
gonna cover all the damages.
It'd be great. Like you get the dumbest motherfucker in the world.
Yeah.
He's breaking a house from like 1983. Like, your house isn't that old, you stupid fuck.
But there's an English guy telling him there's something there.
Yeah.
All right, what do you have for problem finding?
So he wanted the film to be as accurate as possible, and he had problems with using like the Celtic and Gaelish language and Picts.
The Picts.
What are the Picts?
They were a tribe. They
Like an English tribe?
Scottish. They were in
Okay.
Scotland. They the Pink Floyd famously, several species of small woodland creatures gathered together in a cave and jamming with a pick. You know that
Oh
song?
yeah.
Off
That's
fuck's the name of that
is
album?
that's not Echoes, that's before
no,
Echoes.
it's Umaguma.
Umaguma.
Yeah, that fucking ridiculous album.
There's a movie, right? Isn't this a soundtrack to a movie?
That's more.
More.
Yeah. That's the one. That's the song that's literally just noises.
Now we're gonna get flagged by
Yep,
YouTube's algorithm.
we just got
I just did the
demonetized.
song.
I know.
Yeah. now we're demonetized. Thank you.
But he was having trouble finding Scottish people that could speak the language
Oh yeah,
of like
Pictish.
Of
I
Pictish
can't
and-
believe anyone still does.
Pictish
Yeah.
and Gaelic, because
Yeah.
Gaelic is kind of close.
Right.
And it limited the talent pool to just 60,000 people.
Wow.
And like, yeah, they had a real hard time with it. And eventually they had to
This
go
movie
to
should be bigger.
they had to
man.
go to Ireland.
This movie should be bigger.
It just wasn't.
I think it came out at the wrong time.
2011.
Yeah. And I think I think it looks very digital.
Yeah.
You know?
Agreed.
This movie needed to come out in like 2007,
Yeah.
right after like 300.
I just don't think the main actors fit their roles as much as you could have too. Like Channing Tatum is
They're
not
both
bad.
fine. They're not.
They're
not,
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not.
I think
those
Jamie Bell is actually a
performances-
very good actor.
He
I like
is,
Jamie.
but
He's
neither-
also very British looking.
yeah,
Yes.
Neither performance you're getting blown away by. You're not
Donald
gonna watch this and
Sutherland's
be
the
like, "Oh
most
my God."
memorable guy because he's Donald Sutherland.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Who would you? All right, so let's recast it. Who would you recast as Channing Tatum?
At the time,
2011.
who's that fucking guy who's in all the Jurassic World movies?
Chris Pratt.
Yeah, you could put him in there.
It's kind of the same thing.
It's
though.
the same guy. Yeah.
People hate him.
Why?
There's a lot of reasons, but the one you'll hear a lot is he's in everything.
He isn't everything.
Yeah, but he's good. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's why he's in everything.
He's all right. I think that's when he was fat and on that show.
Statham.
Oh yeah, he hadn't done Guardians yet.
Jason Statham.
I'm a Roman.
Most
No, Statham
un-Roman
should have
guy.
been the other guy.
You make Statham Jason Bell,
Yeah, I
Jamie
think,
Bell. He's
yeah.
too.
He's old.
He
That's
would
fine.
be. He would be too overpowering of the other guy. Like Jamie Bell's a little dude who fucking is clearly a sidekick,
Yeah.
whereas
What about
Chev
Stallone?
Chelios,
He's
Stallone,
too old at that point.
old man Stallone.
I'm a Roman.
Yeah, my father.
Oy.
All right, what if we really class this up?
Okay,
You want to class it?
Anthony Hopkins,
No, Leo.
Leo.
Leo's not wrong.
Leo
In
wouldn't be good.
2011?
I can't see him as
Not Roman
that.
enough.
Yeah, he has like a modern face.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
can't play an
That's the
ancient-
problem that I feel with Channing. It's he looks too modern. That's a good point.
Yeah,
was my-
have you
that
ever
was my
heard this?
problem.
There's a thing where it's like this person has a face where it looks like they know what a cell phone is.
Uh huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I don't know. Whoever.
All right, what do you rate it?
8.
8. Okay. So
I was gonna go lower, but after discussing it, I was like, this needs a little more. I gave it a 7. I think it's solid.
I'm like between you two guys, but I don't want to do it again. Where it's like
It's okay.
I just pick the middle number, but like
But it makes sense with this one too. You know?
I'm gonna go.
I remember we loved it when we saw it.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's just cookie cutter. That's all.
It's a straightforward
I don't have a problem with a
there's
cookie.
nothing
I don't have
crazy.
a problem with a cookie cutter.
Nothing crazy about it. Nothing spectacular.
Yeah.
It's right there.
You
but
watch it.
It's better
Yeah.
than
It's
your
fun.
average movie. Yeah.
I like the bond with the two characters.
They're best buds. This made me
You know
want
what?
to go out and on adventures with one of you guys,
Fuck it. I'm doing it.
Do it.
What are you doing?
8. I'm
There you go.
There you
Good.
go. All right. I don't want to be the middleman.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, good.
I
Eagle.
don't want to be the middle.
So like a
man.
7.7. You know what I mean?
What's the
Hollow
song
Man.
for this?
Oh,
Hollow
When the eagle cries.
Yeah.
it has to be, of course, High Lung.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
It's got to be High Lung.
Oh yeah. Anything from High Lung.
Fucking what's that one? You
What?
only know the language of the sword.
Yeah.
You gotta
Christian
spell it because it's not H-I-G-H.
H-E-I-L-U-N-G.
Like Hail Lung.
Like Hail Lung.
Like if Hitler's was
Yes,
his
exactly.
name was Lung.
Heil Lung.
Yeah.
Like say Heil Lung. This
Yeah,
is an eagle.
They're a weird band.
Yeah.
So they
they're-
only play instruments that are made from animal bones and skin.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
They're like
we saw them
painted.
live. They were fucking awesome.
And then the
That's
world
a cool
ended.
show.
Yeah.
Oh, was that like right before?
That was the first day
February.
that COVID came to New York City.
really.
We saw High Lung.
It was
Do you think
awesome.
they brought it with them?
Yes. It was way more of a religious experience than it was a concert. I can admit that. fully.
Yeah, they were doing like rituals.
Yeah.
It was
You
very
were part of a
pagan.
pagan
Okay.
ritual. Yeah. Which is very weird for you, but I respect it.
He
What are
went
you
to
gonna do?
church right after.
This is the best drawing you've ever done.
Really?
I think anyone looking at this is going to know what it is.
a vulture. That's a fucking vulture.
It's
if
a
I've ever
bird.
seen.
It's definitely a bird. That's the eagle, but I like how it's actually on
On the standard.
the standard.
Yeah.
Yep. It's very good. It's an
I thought
eagle.
that one was pretty good.
Mm.
All right.
It's good. That's all we
That's
got
it.
for this one. Yeah, go listen to High Lung.
Smash your wall.
Smash your wall.
Take a sledgehammer.
I tell everyone
and
to
smash
follow
up
us.
your-
Smash that wall!
Look for those artifacts.
I encourage all our listeners, film yourself with a sledgehammer.
Found an old scarab, golden scarab from Egypt that is in your wall.
You live in Minnesota.
The missing portrait of George Washington's ripped portrait. We have discovered it is in your wall.
A second pair of George Washington's teeth. Under your floorboards.
Listeners, I want all of you to get a sledgehammer, go to your wall, and chant
No.
with us one time.
Do not do this.
Smash
Do
that
not
wall!
do this. We could get sued. We do not support any of that.
If you do
not
this,
do
if you do this,
No, you
tag
need to
us in it.
stop. We're
We
getting
wanna see-
demonetized
We want to
because
see you
Tell-
smash your wall.
Tell him Steve sent you.
we do not support any smashing of walls. You do that on your own accord. There's nothing in your wall.
I'm telling you, this is a hit show waiting to happen.
There's nothing in your wall. Brian's gonna get sued. We're gonna lose the podcast. He's telling people to smash their wall. It's like a call to violence.
Look. I don't know if there's anything in your walls, but I
Only
do
you're
know
gonna
there's
find
only
out.
one
Only
way.
one way to find out. Think of the riches of avarice.
What I also like too is like, how many walls is the contestant willing to smash before they give up?
Probably not.
Like, how greedy is this person?
You'd have to specifically find houses with like older houses that
they'd
you
have
shouldn't
to
be
scour
destroying.
the country for the dumbest motherfuckers around. You know?
Well, it's also you have the television cameras. They're
Yeah.
gonna assume it's legit.
Yeah.
And there's a person who
Camera,
told them
yeah.
all the history of this object and how it ended up there.
Yeah, you have to bring like an over-the-top amount of people for your crew that you don't need. You need
Like
like 3
fake
production
experts?
assistants. Yeah, fake experts. Yeah.
Who have tracked it down with an elaborate backstory.
Fake lawyers that are saying, yeah, you could totally do this.
All
right.
I want is this to exist.
All right. Let us know if you want to
Good night,
it.
ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you for watching,
Yeah.
listening, like, subscribe, share. After you.
Want to give a big thank you to everybody listening and or watching. We greatly appreciate it. Want to give a big thank you to Tom, Steve, Dave, Brywalt, Q, Get last record down in the studio. We greatly appreciate it. Like, subscribe, follow the show on all social media. Review History Pod on Twitter, Reviewing History Pod everywhere else. Like and subscribe. Leave a review.
Stop saying like and subscribe.
Yeah, but they gotta.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have leave a review on Apple Podcasts. It helps potential sponsors.
We need some of
find the
that
show.
internet money.
Leave a comment.
Internet.
Leave a comment on the
More
channel.
money.
It boosts us in the algorithm. It's really important, actually. Follow me personally on all social media at Brian Rupert. That's with 2 P's. Follow me on Letterboxd. I rank and review every single movie I watch, even the ones in my personal life. And don't forget,
Smash that wall!
Don't sue us.
I am the P-Man!